Thank you for calling the Foreclosure Emergency Information Line. My name is Sean Samuel of New Alpineham Sites. You may want to get something to write with, because in just a moment, I'm going to reveal to you the misconceptions, misrepresentations and downright lies that are responsible for the foreclosure epidemic that you may now be a victim of. That's right, I said the victim. The stress and sheer terror you may now be feeling is not your fault. Most likely the position you're in now is due to an unfortunate event that you had no control over. You may have trusted some supposed expert mortgage broker, who was supposed to act in your best interest instead. That broker set you up with a loan that looked and sounded good to at the time, but was designed to make him an immediate wheelbarrow full of money and leave you high and dry. Now, as a result of his greed, you're up to your neck in payments you couldn't possibly afford. And that broker is probably long gone. Of course, there are exceptions. You may be facing foreclosure because of an unexpected job loss, a shocking and sudden accident, or a change in the health of yourself or a loved one. Regardless of the reason or event that has put you in this position, I know that it can drain both your financial resources and your sense of hope. By the time you're done listening to this message, you'll know exactly what your options are, and you will be able to make an intelligent, informed decision about the correct course of action to take next. First thing you should do is contact your lender and let them know this is absolutely the best thing to do and the best time to do it. Once you've missed a payment, they are less likely to help you when you call. You want to ask them if they will be willing to work out a payment plan with you to help get you back on track. If you're already behind one or more payments, you have to move fast. You have to ask your lender if they would be willing to give you forbearance. This allows you to delay payments for a short period, with the understanding that another option will be used afterwards to bring the account current. For example, if you know you'll have the funds to bring your account current by a specific date, typically under any repayment plan, the lender agrees to add a certain amount of the first missed payment onto each of the next subsequent payments. Make sure that you pay attention to their answers and don't kid yourself if what they're offering to you is unrealistic, and you know in your heart that there is absolutely no way that you can manage those kinds of terms. Then don't do it. All that will do is prolong the inevitable, creating a sense of false hope for you and your family, and wasting precious time and resources that could be better used elsewhere. Here's one thing you really need to watch out for. If the bank or your lender asks you to sign a deed in lieu, don't do it unless you are 100% willing to give up your home. Basically, this means you are voluntarily agreeing to deed the property back to the lender instead of having them foreclose on you. At this point, a sense of depression and/or desperation may set in. Well-meaning friends and family members may start to give you all types of advice that range from hang in there, something will change, to just file a Chapter 13 bankruptcy, because that will stop the proceedings. As for Chapter 13 bankruptcy, it's true that this will temporarily stop the procedure, but it's still no absolute guarantee that you will be able to keep your home, and you'll spend money needlessly on attorneys who couldn't help you anyway. A foreclosure is devastating to your credit rating and can affect it for 7 to 10 years. What's worse, buying or even renting another home in that time period may be impossible for you. However, I may be willing to do this for you. Instead, I arrange creative, legal and ethical ways to buy property, or assume mortgages from people who need help. There are a few situations where I can't be of any assistance, but they are rare. Here's what I can do. If you're in a house that is worth more than you owe, I can stop your foreclosure, and quite possibly put money back in your pocket so you can start over in a more affordable home. And if you owe more on your home than it is worth, I may be able to negotiate a short sale with the bank. This is where we work as a team to get the lender to take a more reasonable payoff price for your home. In most cases, I can step in and prevent a disaster. You have to be honest with yourself. If you don't have the money to pay the lender off, and you see no real chance of making up the payments and costs, then you will be foreclosed on. I can probably stop that from happening. If you are open to simply discussing the options that could relieve you of this burden, please leave your name and your telephone number at the end of this message, and I promise I will call you as soon as I get it. I won't hassle you or twist your arm. I'm not here to take advantage of anyone. I truly want to help if I can. You may also call me directly at 3,105,250,692. I'll give you that number again in a minute, but I want to share with you what I'll need to know to determine if I can help you or not. I'll need to know the amount owed on your mortgage and the number of missed or overdue payments, the location of home, age, square foot and number of bedrooms, the condition of home. Do you have a realistic appraisal of what your home is worth? Does your monthly payment include the property taxes, and if not, are any tax payments overdue? Has a notice for a sheriff's sale been sent to you? Has the bank sent you a list of additional expenses owed to them for the foreclosure process? Just remember, it's important to act fast. Time is of the essence in these situations. The last thing in the world you should do is nothing. Do not just stick your head in the sand, or you'll be pulling it out to the knock of a sheriff at your door, mercilessly ready to evict you. You don't want that to happen, and you don't want the bank to steal your home and leave you with nothing more than a humiliating experience and a ruined credit history. I am willing to talk to you right away, so even if you think you can make up the payments, I want you to know that I'm willing and able to prepare a backup plan. in advance, to purchase your home if it comes to that. So even if you are planning on using the methods I shared with you here, I encourage you to contact me so we can create a backup plan just in case if you resolve the problem and save your home. I'll be positively delighted for you and we'll part as friends if you can't resolve the situation. Then I could be your safety net. Because the last thing you want is to have a foreclosure happen. My number again where you can reach me directly is 3,105,250,692, or you can leave your name and number at the end of this message and I promise to call you back promptly. This is Sean Samuel of New Alpine Sites, thanking you for taking the time to listen and I wish you the best in your efforts.